Good morning, everybody. Or I suppose good afternoon. I don't know when you're watching this, actually, since, this is a VOD. But, hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. We're back after, just a day. Still on my work break. It's gonna last another week. Technically 2, I think. So, we back. Unfortunately, I did postpone that little special game I was talking about, the little funny one-off game. I decided to just do Ace Attorney because I was kind of running out of time today. Not out of any fault of the game I was going to play or nothing like that. I was just, I've been playing a lot of Metaphor Refantasio lately. I've been trying to beat it, and yeah, I got absorbed into that this morning, so. Did I laugh at your lurk yesterday where you were farming hours on the Marvel Rivals stream? Yes, we did laugh at that. And hello, Blushroom. But yeah, so don't worry, that game will come soon. It's just a funny one-off. Actually, I don't know if it'll be a one-off, but it'll be a funny stream nonetheless. But yeah, so we're gonna do some Ace Attorney instead, which is A-okay by me, because we love Ace Attorney, so that's what we're gonna do. Last time, we started the magic case, and we found some really bad things, you know what I'm saying? New Ace Attorney waifus, I guess you could say. Anyway, they were the initial, suspicious party, which we've cleared them of their name, though they're not entirely innocent. But one of them is, and I'm glad. I will simp over that one. Can I even say that anymore? Didn't Twitch, ban that word? Whatever, Twitch is weird. I haven't been banned yet. What else happened? I'm struggling to recall. I think that was just about it. We kind of cleared their name. It was revealed that there were 2 of them instead of just 1. And that's how their magic act is played. There's a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo. Oh yeah, we owe a guy $3 million. How could I forget that? That's the most important thing. We're risking our entire office on this case. Yeah, just forgot that. That very important detail. But yeah, so we're gonna hop back in. Why not? Was there anything else that happened today? I don't think so. I think that's about it. Is there anything else we gotta talk about? I don't know. We will probably do a Marvel stream today as well, but it'll be an evening stream, and we'll just kind of be a chillax one. I think Philip wants to do it, so I do not mind at all. We usually play Marvel in the evenings anyways. So yeah, if you're interested in that, come by. If not, who cares? It's fine. But yeah, let's get into it. I don't know why I'm stalling. Whew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about the prosecutor Sadmati either. You know, with the way he says let it go and move on as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh, that's right, Blushroom. You missed the appearance of our new prosecutor, who, is kind of sexy. Apparently. Am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Who says this? Who's this saying? Is this our Sadmati? Nope. It's the bastard we owe $3 million, who is 100% the villain. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the eep of the end of Troop Grammary? The eep? Are you weeping right now? Are you eepy? Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something discharged in the frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside a courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Oh, filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. Oh yeah, this is the guy. This is the magician. That's just, we called that so quickly. Laser, you know, right? Big Boss told you if our theory was right. Don't confirm or deny, like, if it is right. Just, he told you, right? I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for the Trucy fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. But I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby! That's not our prosecutor. That's the murderer. And also possibly the magician. That supposedly died. He called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Retenz just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand. Oh, okay, well, now the info's just... Okay. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills. No way, but I thought he said magicians were a bunch of all good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, it's our cute one! Blushum, you also missed the introduction of these little characters. They're twins. One's evil and one's very sweet. And I love her and I will say and would. I will say would again. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And she's 19, so... around my age, you know. Oh, hi, Miss Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Oh, well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see...
Hey, dummy! Who are you whispering to the lobster boy about?
Betty.
Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this?
I do.
You know you have to talk to me first before you do anything, you harebrain.
But I...
Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me now!
Wonder what was bothering her. Well, there's no way of finding out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying?
Yeah, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Retenz has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. Better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. I'll kill him! You're Trucy right, and you'll be fine! There goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. All right, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy right, and I'm fine!
Yeah, thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
That a girl. Good luck up there on the stage. You'll do great.
Thanks. I'll be fine. I can do this.
All right, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. It works 20% of the time. Alright, Blushroom. I'll have you rate the prosecutor out of 10 before he starts yapping, okay? Because, there's a bit of a disconnect between his, looks and his personality.
Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy right. Magician.
Here comes the liar, that deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail. Last member of that criminal troupe.
Boo! Where was he on stage?
Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I'll have you all thrown out on the spot.
What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Retenz invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out.
Now then, Miss Wright. This court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to the rubber one on stage. So please, testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic! Hurry up and get back there already! The death penalty!
Wait a minute. Yeah, haha.
Give her the death penalty! I think that's the great papyrus in the gallery. Wishing for the death sentence upon a 17-year-old girl. Well, I can't say that was my best outing. Silence, all of you! I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this.
I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling.
Our Trucy's amazing, isn't she?
Why are you saying that like she's our daughter? But she is. She's doing fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop Grammary Creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody.
So this is the okay, interesting. This is the testimony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp the blade truly is.
Ooh. Damn, pass a bit of that apple over here. I'm a tad peckish.
See that? No tricks or gimmicks, a very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo! There, I've switched it. And now... Hup! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber.
Well, there you go.
Bravo, Miss Wright! Wow, who knew that stupid defense attorney could raise such a daughter?
She's completely turned the room around.
The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering.
Oh yeah, no, it does. Oh no, you missed so much really cool animation last time, Blusher. I'm sorry to say. You missed a lot of really cool shit in the first part. They're really upping how much they're doing with the 3D. We have like full 3D cutscenes that actually like look good now, as well as the anime cutscenes too. Oh, sorry, did I read that?
Where did this steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know. I mean, it's there, but...
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
So, when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain?
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
Ho 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 ho!
That's our Trucy.
Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right?
Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. Alright, Bushroom. This is our prosecutor. Now, the reason I say there's a disconnect is because he looks so enlightened, but he's actually kind of a fucking bastard. But he is kind of sexy, too, so, you know, rate him out of 10, and then, you know, we'll let him speak. Well, yeah, okay. 10 out of 10. Well, all right. There you have it. Blushroom spoken. I thought as much. It looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Fuck the brat out of him, duh.
Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask any dumb questions and spoil the wondrous magic.
I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Bum 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 bum. All right. Cool. We get to actually like. This is really cool. All right. Well, let's see. She said her spin is in the footage, but I'm guessing it's not. Oh yeah, here you go. You can see some of the cutscene that we had. Bonnie makes Mr. Hat horny. He does a big bounce. And he goes to stab. And changes. Flings up into the mattress above. That would be the real sword. She does a fling. Let's see. Does she do a spin? No spin. All right. Now hop. As you can see, the blade is not steel but rubber. So it would be this one, right?
Objection!
Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
Ooh, what is it, Apollo?
There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage.
But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times.
And what's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it.
What? But I did it.
So, it really is the exact moment you switch the swords?
Yeah, that's right.
I knew it.
Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me.
Mr. Justice, does this mean that you're arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show?
No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean,
I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of the witness are false.
But...
Now that it's been proven that the accuser did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rias's death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion.
the defense...
The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice. I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out just now.
But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it.
Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after the court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage.
Through her actions, I'm afraid I've come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions.
It's such a shame.
But I did switch the swords, I swear.
You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. Hold it! Bonnie.
Excuse me.
Oh, let's see. You are... Which one are you again? Benny? No, that's not right. Botty?
It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two of our names together, Your Honor.
Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less plausible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Rios.
Bonnie?
Hey, what's the big idea?
Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it.
What are you talking about, you harebrained? Hey, you keep your mouth shut!
I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet.
What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me?
Trucy said something to me once. She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician's all about. Isn't that right, Trucy?
That's right, Bonnie.
I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me the strength.
Papyrus, you dastardly dog! Why are you against Trucy? Turn auto off now. Auto off.
Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm gonna be brave.
What have you done to my sister, Trucy, right? You've practically brainwashed her.
It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart.
Yeah. Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess?
Yeah. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something's off. I feel like something about it's different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same thing as what happened on stage.
Objection! Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection!
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage.
But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well,
I have some show footage.
you do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
He did? There wasn't any weird clapping in the background, was there?
Well, now that you mention it, to tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Good call.
Hold it!
Please submit that footage to the court.
Oh no, you're not a creep too, are you, Mr. Justice?
Well, no. I'm just gonna download it to my personal archive. You know, for research's sake.
Now then, let's take a look at this new footage.
Well, this is technically Betty that's on stage right now. Oh, wait, no, Betty's understage. That's Bonnie, right? Yeah, because she watched the switch. Yeah, sorry. That is the real Bonnie on stage. I mean, it wouldn't matter. Their appearance was still up before this happened. Cards. I don't remember that. That wasn't in the show footage. Wow. Okay, then.
He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he?
I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting?
Of course I do.
Okay, so how are we gonna go about this?
Well, let's try comparing the two. We might just find an inconsistency between them.
Inconsistency, huh?
Yeah, the two pieces of footage are the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie thought there was something off about the original footage. So if we can pick out what's different between the two,
We'll know what Bonnie found strange.
exactly. Plus, we may figure out how the original doesn't show the sword-switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage.
Very well. I will allow it.
What a waste of time.
Apollo, do you know how to compare two pieces of footage?
No, I've never done it before.
I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video players button to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button. Circle. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button. Square. Why are you whispering shapes? Well, if you want to halt the playback, just use the pause button, which is X.
But that's not even a shape. That's a letter.
Oh, and by the way, if you want to fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback.
Okay, so how do I switch between the two videos?
Just use the switch camera button. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and present it to the court.
Alright, thanks, Athena. You really know your stuff.
Not really. I just gave it some gusto and then went with my gut on most of it.
What? I sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. Okay, so it seems like it was the cards that came flying out. I don't remember that happening. Turn into Trucy. I wonder if we can see a visible cut. Yeah, there. That's where the cut happened. I saw it happen! Yep, no cards. No cards whatsoever. Oh. This is cool. This is it, right here! Take a good look at this scene and compare it with the video shot from the front.
Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, Big Boss.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards?
Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick.
What?
Mr. Justice, does this mean...
You know what fucks me off about this? Apollo, you were watching the show. You're telling me you don't remember her doing the sword switching trick? Shouldn't you be able to recall her doing the spin? Like, you're acting like you've never seen this before. Are you sure you did that spin on the stage, Trucy? You know, I'm not so sure. Bro, you were there. You watched the show. Memory of a goldfish, this guy. Yeah, it means that that sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage.
So the footage was edited.
Yes, with malicious intent.
That's absurd.
Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out.
Yes, Your Honor. Who's on the witness stand? It was, well, technically we were doing the footage. We just did the footage. We just poked the inconsistency with the footage of the playing card. And it looks like it's about to be this guy. It's you!
Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers.
And who might you be?
Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor.
Oh, well, how very polite of you.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor said Marty. Please take my card.
A business card. Ah, yes, I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies, such as, "Fuck off." "How do you do, good sir?" Or, "What's crack-a-lackin', homie?" for example.
Oh, you're from Take-Two TV, are you? What's crack-a-lackin', my homie? My home slice? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before.
Yes, Roger Ratins, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby."
Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja?
Hang loose, judgy baby. Hey, nice courtroom you got here.
I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor said Marty, how do you know so much about him?
Well, in preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I binged them, as it were. I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. I was also binging anime. My favorites include Sesame Street,
I couldn't think of an anime. I could have said like Dragon Ball or anything, but I couldn't think of one. It was just like Sesame Street.
Inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What do you call it? A, burger?
What, you went to Burger Barn? That place is like Burger King. It sucks balls.
Who would have thought?
You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Cause that line, woo!
Compared to my aesthetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern Burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way.
Oh, that actually sounds good, though. I fucking love jalapenos. Okay, hold up. He's cooking?
I would recommend the, what do you call them? Curly fries. They were, quite exquisite. Nothing against the gruel of my home country, but it was quite palatable.
I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers.
Here, Prosecutor San Marty's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Attins, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned?
Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled.
And there they go. I did actually. I caught exactly where it got cut. I called it out. I'm actually quite proud of myself for that one.
You see where the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around, the playing cards go flying, everything's like it's supposed to be.
It wasn't that long, by the way. You 100% cut it because you're a fucking evil criminal, but, you know, whatever. You're a slimy little bastard trying to bring down Trucy's entire family.
Well, then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick.
Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust in the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Rios.
Oh, hold on. You see, that's the first misunderstanding right there.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry, my nose is getting all fucky. Let me blow my nose real quick. Hopefully that'll help. I hate summer. God, I hate it. Can it be winter already? Can it just be winter? I'm so sick of this. Okay, that might help a little bit. What do you mean?
Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Attends when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse.
So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script? If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed?
It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down.
Well, okay. If that's true, then why did Bonnie run?
I say Trucy murdered Mr. Rios when she was hidden from the view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody would be the wiser.
I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion.
Oh, you bet! Plus, there's this suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. Might be easier to see it for yourselves.
I think that's probably him. It's either him or the body. Oh, you know what? You know what? I got a new theory. What if that was his body getting pulled up to the catwalks, and that's actually where the true crime scene happens? Because remember, Mr. Hat had a slash in his cape. So I think the true crime scene is actually the catwalks now. That would make a lot of sense to why that was there on Mr. Hat, because he was already up there. And the harness was on his body. Why would that be there? Oh, you know what? I'm liking the sound of that. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here.
This suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim.
Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
This witness is just trying to ram his theory down your throat. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage?
You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot.
Well, that would be fine with me, prosecutors. That would be fine with me. Prosecutor Sadmati?
This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case.
Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say, promise.
Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed.
Well, I'll have his balls removed, if that is the case. All right, with Prosecutor Sadmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Rettins.
Roger Martins, the rating Roger, now cashier of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers.
He's talking to you guys.
But before we deliberate on this testimony, I gotta go to the bathroom, unfortunately. Maybe some music? Thank you. Alright, I will BRB, everybody. Hold tight. is our back. Hello. Oh, my phone's not even on silent. Good thing that didn't go off during the stream, I guess. There we go. I mean, not that it matters, but I prefer to have it silenced. Okie dokie. Let's get back to it then. Ugh. I took a shower and brushed my hair just before streaming. There's still loose strands everywhere. Ugh. Come on. The problems with having long, flowing locks. Flowing curly locks. It just gets everywhere, it does. Yes. Oh, what a bother. What a bother to be beautiful. Okay. You know what's fucked up? Is it always gets in my fan as well. My new fan. And then the hair is just blowing up and it looks like tassels. I'm one of those like cartoon fans that always have like, I don't know why they have tassels. Is that like a thing? I don't know. That's what it looks like. Ow. Alright, back to it. Right back to it. Okay.
Footage is meant to be edited, I tell ya. Scenes are spliced together, long and boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't just like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It was intentional. It wasn't intentional. I mean, you know, oh what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage?
I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut?
Well, that's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection. How cool. Shit packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut. There. Oh, I got some good stuff here.
Mr. Returns, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse.
Yeah, whoops, my bad, Judge.
And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination.
Okie dokie. I guess I'll just press him.
Hold it!
Really? I've never heard anybody say that.
It's common knowledge in the TV world. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing?
Can we go to jail after we... Can we go to jail after we put him in the slammer? I want to show him something. You want to feed him a knuckle sandwich?
A magic show like that one, anyway.
That was ice cold.
Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching.
Hold it!
Are you saying you thought there were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show?
You gotta ask. That script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does.
What didn't you like about the show exactly?
The whole thing was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is.
Nah, see. This guy's definitely more into the MILF Manor side of things rather than the actual entertainment with thought behind it. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash.
I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things, just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony.
Exactly. Whether it's showbiz or the legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Anywho, editing footage is just a matter of the course in the TV industry.
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will towards Troop Gramarye.
Huh? What makes you think that?
The things that you yourself have said. And I also get the impression that you've felt this way for a long time.
Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer.
You bear no ill will, huh? Could have fooled me.
And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you have strayed from the path.
If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Ratins, please continue your testimony.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me.
Oh, so now you're gonna tell me I'm supposed to edit my own programs, Big Shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut.
Then let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case?
You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell you, people like you people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it.
I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your select editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is evidence that proves it. Zarius was apparently, right? Trace of blood, The contract?
Take that!
Nope, not the contract.
That thing? What could that possibly prove?
But take a good look right here. Wouldn't you agree that it puts you in a bad light?
But looking bad and having evil intentions are two entirely different things. Look at me, for example. I'm not evil, but I am a bit of a bad boy.
Oh, if I could be a bad boy myself! Oh, to be young. But bad lawyers get penalties for presenting bad evidence.
Yeah, that was my bad. Well, that's definitely our point. Come on, can't you just skip to right where I do it? Prank script. Oh yeah, the prank script.
Take that!
Okay, or not. I guess it's just a prank, bro. That's what he should have said in an argument. Maybe I'll press the last point just before we go back to that.
Hold it!
What other scenes did you cut from the footage? I think it's probably trying to get me to do the clipboard, but I don't know if we can present that yet. But I guess I have already tried two things that were wrong, so I may as well.
Huh? Oh, no others, I guess.
You mean you only edited out the sword-switching trick scene and nothing else? Don't you think it's a bit too much of a stretch to claim that is a mere coincidence?
Objection.
No matter how artificial you find the affair, stranger things have happened on their own. That is, unless you have something with which to prove otherwise, defense.
Well,
If you have a valid criticism of Mr. Ratin's testimony, feel free to counter with evidence. Well, Apollo?
Sure make things easier if we had some.
I think the defense team needs to be edited out of this trial. That's what they need. I'll have to clean up this footage later. He really isn't gonna put this on TV, is he?
Trying to prove malicious intent is tough. All he has to do is say it was all a coincidence. We need some kind of foothold if we want to make any progress. Ba 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 ba. All right, so let's try this then. Dishonest dealings.
Hold it!
Let's try that then. I think this is actually the first appearance of a regular smartphone in Ace Attorney as well.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got there? Okay, yeah. I should have just gone with my gut right away. Okay, well, if you're going to bring up the contract, I did present that. This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if through the fault of the second party, the show must be canceled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party.
$3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum.
I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Ratins had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Conned her? How did he do that?
There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses a carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Documents.
Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof that I had anything to do with the carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her.
Hey, but $3 million? That's totally out of the reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Ratins.
Your proof linking me to that clipboard, huh? Well, let's see. Uh-huh. I messed up Mr. Hatt's position for the escape trick, placing him on the opposite area. As a result, Trucy had to move to the right. I mean, he signed it too. Is that proof enough? I mean, is that literally it?
Objection!
Okay, no. All right, let's press him then.
Hold it!
This clipboard is yours, though, isn't it, Mr. Ratins?
Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway, that much I know. Maybe it was an old prop from one of our TV shows that got used by mistake.
Or maybe you used it on purpose to con Miss Wright.
Objection!
Mr. Ratins has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to try to get out of paying your agency's debt.
That's not what I'm doing.
Proof Mr. Ratins is connected to the carbon paper, huh?
If Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract, then there must be an original contract that Trucy actually did sign. True, but I bet Mr. Ratins is too savvy to leave something like that behind as evidence. What if her signature was copied onto more than just a fake contract? Oh yeah! Laser, I think that inconsistency you found, I think that might be here. I think having the signature that looks exactly the same as another is definitely too much of a coincidence. All right.
Objection!
You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken.
Hey, kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster?
I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on the note. Now let's compare that signature to the one on this contract. Uh-oh, it's exactly the same. Who would have guessed?
Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same.
That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent.
Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. I'll get great ratings for sure.
Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Ratins. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right?
Objection!
What a forced argument, defense. All you have proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed.
That's right. I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar, that's all. After all, I'd never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right?
Didn't bear any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely had some major hate for Trucy. I'm gonna turn my fan higher. Yeah, the music is getting real jamming. That do be cat jam worthy. I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Ratins and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them.
Hidden?
Connection. What is it now?
Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice?
It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims.
Objection!
You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously.
Will I really? Very well then. Do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo?
Nope, not a thing.
What?
That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. I hope you know what you're doing.
Well, if you're gonna make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What's this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Ratins?
They're dating. Huh. Huh. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Ratins did during the recess earlier. Now, Apollo, I would just like to kindly, yeah, I know it was a joke, but let me kindly just point it out again. So, what if, Mr. Rettins is a magician too? I keep trying to say musician.
What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me.
Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way.
Objection.
Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Curanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say, dimwit. He isn't gonna get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Rettins perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor?
If connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will towards the accused.
I guess you're right.
You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff?
You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pawnee Pawnee. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey.
Isn't that what Maya did? Oh, I need some water. Goddamn. My mic is too close to me. I keep bumping it. Something like that. Oh, that is really cold water. Holy crap. A numbskull for a numbskull. Well, this numbskull is thick-skinned, so there.
I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it?
Hold on! Wait, I can think of one person. One magician who had a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Grammary.
Oh?
No way!
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
He's not Mr. Rettins, he's Mr. Pretend! Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time.
I see, and what sort of evidence do you have for us?
Evidence that points to the real killer, the one who had a motive to commit this crime.
What?
And what have you come up with this time, defense?
Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Grammary and its name. This puts her...
And me. Teehee.
This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge against Miss Wright.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice?
13 years ago, the great Mr. Rias belonged to Troop Grammary. But then, the troop ousted him, and Mr. Rias vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir? Well, I'm lucky they didn't realize that I'm also the son of... never mind.
But Mr. Rias is the victim, Mr. Justice. You have named a dead man as your suspect.
But is he really dead?
What do you mean, is he really dead?
If the fact that Mr. Rias is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Rias? Wow, we really hit the nail on the head with that theory.
What? You mean the victim was the imposter?
Not Mr. Rios. Then what about the real Mr. Rios?
It would mean the real Mr. Rios is still alive. That's absurd.
Then where is he?
Well, he's standing right there in his plaid shorts.
Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Rios, if not the victim of this case?
Really? You have to ask that? He's standing right in front of you. It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Grammary and wanted to sully its name. 100% correct. Let's go. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Rios in his stead? The real Mr. Rios is... Is there any, like, flavor dialogue for picking the wrong person here? Like, if I pick Trucy, will it give me a unique dialogue or something? Because that would be kind of funny to do. The real Mr. Rios is Trucy! I don't know. I kind of want to try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to say Trucy.
Take that!
You look like you don't get it, Prosecutor Sudmati.
It looks to me as if you're the one who does not get it.
Wow, you saw right through that one. You curious monks sure are perceptive.
Your Honor, do I have your permission to hasten this foolish lawyer's descent into hell?
I wish I could say yes, but I hope this will do instead.
Okay, if that person wasn't it, then... Aw, I was hoping we'd get some unique dialogue. Oh well.
Take that!
But that's...
Yes. Yes, it is. Roger Ratins is the real Mr. Rios. By the way, is his name a play on pretend? Pretend. Did I get the pun right, or is that something else entirely? I'm just fucking off base there. I mean, it seems, you know, pretend.
What?
Him?
Objection!
Oh, hollow red pepper, you're an impotent seed, sprout, naught but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory.
It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even die-hard fans of the genre would stick around past the plot.
You want proof? Well, I've got your proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mr. Rios in yesterday's magic show was a fake. And to do that, I just need you to look at this spot on the poster.
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Rios sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, the pun is it's just his nickname, but the first and last are swapped. Okay. I like my pretend. I like the pretend one because, like, he was pretending to be somebody else. I like that more. The video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury.
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Now, Mr. Rittins, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Rittins, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now, I got nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. Oh, yeah, there it is. Is this what you were hoping to see? Oh, there it is! The scar! Just as I thought.
That's right, I'm the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Rias.
This is...
It's totally absurd.
Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? That this odious mark carved into me by Troop Gramarye would bring me back into the limelight once more.
Strange are the karmic threads before me. If the witness is the real Mr. Rias, then who is the victim who perished in the magic show?
Yeah, he's been a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Rias. In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle.
And when did this man take over for you?
About 2 years ago, I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. So a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show.
You really had us all fooled.
Mr. Rittins, or should I say Mr. Rias, in your hatred of Troop Gramarye, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And then set up Miss Right to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish Troop Gramarye's name.
Ah, I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true, but it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Gramarys.
Objection!
But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? His head!
Just kidding.
What the hell was that?
Heed my words, loyal lad, for I fear your grasp on reality slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks.
Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you just make your point already?
My alibi is as pristine as ever. When you agree, Prosecutor Sudmati?
Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi.
What?
Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Rittins was at Take Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
Ho ho! So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter?
Well, there it goes. The murder did not happen. The prank went through as planned. He got pulled up into the rafters, and then Mr. Rittins killed him up there. Or, sorry, Mr. Rias killed him up on the catwalks. and planted all the evidence before the police arrived.
Yes, I think you'd better tell the court about your alibi.
Very well then, on with the show. Are you watching Magnific Gramarye? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Gramarye line will be no more. My perfect alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. Busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. You understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station. So it does sound like a rock-solid alibi.
That can't be right. If Mr. Martins is the killer, he'd have to have been at the theater.
There's gotta be a hole somewhere in this story. I assure you there were no holes on Mr. Reese's stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. To enjoy my show to the fullest. And my real alibi. Yeah, I don't think you need an alibi for before the show. I think the murder happened afterwards now.
Hold it!
I've got it! Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? I'm sorry, Apollo. That only works once per case, buddy.
Again with the twins business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row?
I mean, twice in the matter of, you know, what would you call six games in a row? Like a sectology? I don't know. But you can do it, like, maybe twice in 6 games, but not twice in a row.
If you do not believe him, defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless.
Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched.
Perfect alibi, huh? It's no good, Apollo. I can't find a hole anywhere.
There's gotta be some kind of trick to it. I just know there's a trap door in there somewhere. If only they used that logic when Maya got arrested. Ugh. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just press everything. I'm gonna vouch for him. I'm gonna say his alibi is correct for, you know, during the time of the performance. The murder happened afterwards, I believe. Which I believe he actually, you know, presented as a possibility. But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? Oh, allow me to take a stab at reading your mind. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? No, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings, Raj. I even gave him my card.
Give the driver his card. It's very clever of him.
You may as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Hold it!
Ugh. what was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. Oh, one moment, perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Ratings Raja special production. Yeah, you lose, baby. It's called Desperation Regeneration. You switched personas just to say that. What's the show about? Washed up has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right?
Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? As the ex-lawyer who makes a ridiculous bluff in court and faded sadly into obscurity.
And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in his lifetime.
You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling.
Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing the production of this program during the Penrose performance.
Hold it!
How do I know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I'm making my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not?
So he doesn't trust anybody, huh?
It's the complete opposite of Trucy.
There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same.
He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself.
Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now? No, I think his trick is that his alibi is rock solid for the time period he gave. It is perfect, but it's designed to be that way, to obscure the actual time of death. He killed him after the dragon fell. When he arrived, he took up to the catwalks, lifted the guy, and was like, "Oh, good job!" Stab in the back, accidentally striked Mr. Hat's cape. You know, didn't get any blood on it, so he was like, whatever, nobody will notice. And that was his big mistake. That was his big mistake!
I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident.
Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of Your Honor's head.
It is?
The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm.
Apollo! Trucy will be thrown in prison, and we'll be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price?
I told you, I've absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Think, Justice, you have to figure this out.
It's no use!
It's no use! I can't find a single flaw, so what now? Oh, behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Reus, and stay for the grand illusion until the end of time.
Your Honor, can I make a phone call?
Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? Yeah, he has an alibi? No, he doesn't. That's not when the murder occurred. That's not an alibi at all. It's just what happened. By the way, I've yet to see Mr. Hat come out of Trucy. That sounds weird. I've yet to see her pull Mr. Hat out. Sure. in 3D, and I really want to see it. I really want to see that animation again in, like, full 3D. Especially with this better Trucy model that actually looks good. Could it be? You know what, Mr. Rittins? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has suddenly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see.
What are you going on about, lad?
You got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy said. About misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't. And what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Rattin's magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all of my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when there actually wasn't? Oh, is it brain blast time? Is it lawyer blast time? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all of those things, then just maybe... Athena, there's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Rattin's alibi is too perfect. Well, that's true. It's almost like it's impossible to break, no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. Not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been too focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? It's definitely a possibility.
Would the defense care to share with everyone what is discussing over there?
Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll eventually see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak.
Well, what's this certain assumption you're thinking of?
This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. The crime scene. Or the culprit was on scene. Oh, actually, I don't know. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Rattin's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what happens to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
But couldn't we just as easily assume that shadow does not belong to the culprit?
Well, if it's not the culprits, then whose is it?
I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor. During the magic show itself, yep, the victim,
I have explained this. I think I'm right.
please let me hit the nail on the head with this theory. Please, just be completely correct.
In that case, please point out in the show footage for us.
This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Should I just point out the body? Did she do her trick now? Yeah. I'm gonna point out the culprit's body. I might lose, but I'm pretty sure it's the culprit, the victim's body. Oh wait, the victim's never shown. Well, let me point out the Mr. Hat shadow then. That's probably what it wants me to point out. Alright.
Take that!
Oh yeah, okay, cool. The other shadow. Kind of proves it's something going up, I guess. Doesn't this shadow resemble a suspicious shadowy figure?
Well, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it?
Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow for the court?
Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he was being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire.
Then could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too?
No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there.
In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up.
Some other figure. I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice.
He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand.
Take that!
If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Rias. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. It's so stupid.
The victim?
Please take a look at this prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Rettins?
Indeed. And what of it?
I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air.
So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just like as the prank script says?
Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece de la resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show.
Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out?
Yeah, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Ritten's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. The cushioning up there with a considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened. I just have to figure out what else happened up there during that time.
Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
Do you think he was stabbed while he was on the mattress? Like, back to the mattress? I guess that would kind of give an illusion, but I guess that means he would have had to stab Mr. Hat through the cape. Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that?
To falsify an alibi. Maybe he did it in order to falsify an alibi.
And just how was that accomplished, Defense?
Well, after being pulled up by the wire, the victim was zipped off to the TV station where Mr. Rettins murdered him. What? No? Uh-oh. He was pulled up so that he could kill him after the incident happened. Thanks, Justice. You definitely were on the same track as me.
Just zip it.
Well, yeah, that's obviously it. But, like, falsifying an alibi is also true. He killed him up there so that the alibi would make sense. Oh well. We'll do it again. He wasn't there, though? Yeah, exactly. He made the alibi because everybody assumed he died when he fell out the coffin, when he wasn't there. So that when he actually killed him, he was there, but nobody knew that. Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he entered the after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear. I was right! I was right! The catwalks was the true murder scene! I'm a genius! Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still part of the prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing and he was pulled up in the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. He already put it there. He didn't kill him, the murder weapon was already there. Oh. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What, you mean? Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. Alright, well, I was off by a few nods. I thought he could have lived for a little bit until, you know, he came in and then did it himself. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What?
Remotely?
Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Bertins was at the time of death. I love that he's in, like, fucking cargo shorts and a dress shirt. Like, bro's about to go golfing.
But exactly how does that work, Mr. Justice?
Whoa! My brain just expanded. Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up on the catwalk. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected each by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up. And into the blade, into the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade.
Oh, and that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape.
The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up from the cushion. Pulled up to the cushion, sorry.
I can't believe it. I had no idea.
Oh wait, this is the evil one.
I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it.
You were used, Betty. Roger Ratins used you.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Ratins arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage.
But how did he have all the time to do that?
When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one else around to see.
A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off.
As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Ratins, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say, murder plan, proves your murderous intent.
Gramarye!
Guys, watch out! He's doing his ultimate move!
Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper.
He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sudmati?
No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory.
But Mr. Ratins retrieved it after the fact.
Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory.
But
Without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage?
bro, you're literally falling for the fucking magic trick, idiot. Dumb, idiot, stupid fool.
That's where the bloodstained sword was found, after all.
Well, that's a very good point.
As the only person who could have committed the crime there on the stage. Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time, at last, to let it go and move on.
Ho 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 ho. Are you seeing this magnifique Gramarye? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Gramarye name is done for.
Apollo, we need to hit them with the decisive piece of evidence here. I know. That's exactly what I was just thinking about.
Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed?
Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Mr. Ratins couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Ratins, because get ready! Disturbing the peace, look into my eyes, some of the things you laughing about me on my back. Because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic. Whoa, they even improved this. As long as the magic show went scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Well, the thing that didn't go to plan was the fuck-up with Mr. Hat, right? She did that off the cuff, which means Mr. Hat now has a little bit of a dash in his cape that was made with a sword. That was not there before! We have photo evidence, video evidence. Still, one thing that definitely wasn't in the plan. What part of the magic show wasn't in the original script? Bonnie's mistake. Oh, this is awesome!
Bonnie made a mistake.
Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick? Mr. Hat's... Her life choices? What? Wait a minute. Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot. That's in her life choices. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of to the left. Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one on the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater. Which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? Wait, let me look at the. Right instead of the left, Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived in the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Fingerprints on the coffin. Blood in the coffin hole? Oh yeah. Maybe? As if the blood in the coffin hole was supposed to be from the other side. That had to have been it. He wouldn't have known. The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin, too. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood on the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have... Oh, swap the coffin sides. You can do that. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. That's right, the left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprits must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch must have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin. And it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Rettins, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of that kind.
Hey, phew.
My magic's real, no true. Yep, the forehead's just as massive as always. No, there are no tricks and no gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. Oh, there are. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Because you did. You left behind some very unnatural things for us to find. This proves that Roger Rettins tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Oh yeah, prints on the side panels, Mr. Rios.
Take that!
The fingerprinting results.
What about the fingerprinting results is unnatural?
Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints would have looked like this. However, what we found, they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, because they were swapped. Oh my god.
Oh!
It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way?
They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to the script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin, and that Miss Wright would also pop up on the left side of the coffin as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left side hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood on it is the opposite side of the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels.
Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Backwards? Backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side?
I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor, because of a little something called luminol testing.
Ah, right, luminol. I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood even if it's been wiped away, correct?
That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Attins? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection.
Trucy Wright could have done just the same thing, just as easily. You have no proof that it was the witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection.
Ah, but I do have proof.
What?
A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh, my, you're absolutely right.
Why, you impudent!
I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Samadi, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up.
Feh!
The accused are most likely certain. You're most certainly bound for hell. Oh, really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there trying to convict an innocent girl. Oh, shit! Bro just got beat up like Patrick in that one episode.
Patrick, make it look like I beat you up.
Prosecutor Samari, are you alright?
As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew about how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it. Someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Attins.
Grammary!
All of those secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show's been canceled. Permanently!
All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is true.
I don't know what the fuck just happened to him.
Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Rias. Witness a magic far greater than true Grammarys. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flame. The great Mr. Rias will bring an end to you all. And now for the final heir to the Grammary's name right here, right now, you two! shall burn. Huh? No, this isn't right.
Oh, shit!
No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. Stop! No! Curse you, Grammary! Night, night. Curse those Grammaries. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss!
Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea the humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifique Grammary, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic.
No, he kicked you out because you tried to sneak back onto the stage after he told you no. He was looking out for you, jackass.
He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. Threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, I'd always dreamed of becoming a great magician. But that Magnifique, he took it all away from me.
I don't know, sounds like a skill issue to me. Maybe you shouldn't have fucked up your magic trick, idiot. I would never do that. But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder.
What's that big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all.
I get it now. That attitude towards magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician!
Don't deserve. I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for the lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see, so in the end, Troop Grammary was defeated by the great Mr. Rius.
Not really, because Apollo is a part of the Grammary family line. For those who don't know, Apollo is secretly Trucy's brother. This is canon.
Ho ho ho. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Grammary, you lose!
If anyone needs to let it go and move on, it's this guy.
This corner of my prison can about burn in the flames of my creation. Bailiff, take Mr. Wattins away. And bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. Well, it looks like we've reached an end.
Sorry, my nose is all runny now.
Ah! I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show.
It was close, but we just barely made it through, somehow.
Huh? Why does Trucy look so down?
Miss Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer, as I do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, this court finds the defendant Trucy right.
Not guilty! Hooray! Thanks, Gumshoe. Thank you, Gumshoe.
Yippee! Hooray! Yippee!
Court is adjourned.
April 28th, District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 3.
Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy, Gracie and Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Reese is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him.
Oh no. No, 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 no. No, no, no way in hell. Nope, not happening. I don't like the way she's looking at me.
Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything.
And boy, am I glad you two are innocent. Boy, am I glad you two are innocent. I can simp in peace. I can goon in peace.
You see, Laser? I'm in the clear. You thought. Yeah. I can have my cute girls after all. You can't stop me.
Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Martins used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder.
Yeah, one of them. I was attracted to the cute one, not the angry one. Though I would still, because...
But Betty, we do have to take someone to blame for this too, you know. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Martins. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but I don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess she really does hate me. But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy. Hey, shut up! I've always hated her.
All right, Laser, looks like your second objection's about to be cleared up.
Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself. Well, Betty, you still have her autograph from that day. Shut up!
Was she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Ah, sorry, Laser. I am clear through and through. I'll be taking a written apology, thank you. And I will have my cute, adorable women back, thank you. Wow, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough.
Come on, Bonnie, we're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy.
Ah, she was tsundere this whole time. Didn't expect that one. Couldn't predict that one, huh? I can just picture Laser with his hands in his face right now. With his face in his hands. Well, that doesn't mean she's evil just because she was tsundere. Alright. She's really sweet at heart.
So it means nothing. Take the L, buddy.
Polly, you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Huh? No way. She's not. Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Ratin said to heart. Yeah, okay, buddy. Cope all you want.
Maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you. You're a wonderful grammar magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, Apollo. What makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful grammar magician because of this.
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook?
The Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you allowed the world you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even though all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You were everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir. And you're a great magician, Trucy.
Great magician? Me?
You really are. That's why. You don't have to worry about what Mr. Ratin said.
Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I was alone up there. I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remember what you said to me in the detention center. Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile's the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma?
I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Samani what a good person you were. I had to testify against you, too. Aw, you got nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Is something wrong, Emma? Oh,
Prosecutor Samadi, what are you doing here?
Detective Sky,
yes?
I require your forensics and expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go.
Wait! Prosecutor Samadi!
The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact.
Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What?
You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff? What happened to you?
Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you.
Are you serious, Nayuta?
Now, if you'll excuse me.
There he goes.
What was all that about, Apollo? Are you two dating? Is that your ex? How do you know about Prosecutor Sadmati?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Oh yeah, definitely an ex. Acquaintances. It seems something more than that.
Yeah, well...
I like to talk about your past, do ya? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future.
Sure, if you say so.
Well, Hey, it's Mr. Wright.
Oh, put him on speakerphone, Apollo.
Okay, he does have a nice ringtone. What's up, Mr. Wright?
Apollo, how's Trucy? What's happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict?
Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
Oh, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime.
Me? Really?
Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were able to take care of everything, and thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everybody. Thought what we had was special. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world! Full-fledged.
So, Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
No, he just asked me to go cheer you on. That being said, Apollo, I failed to get an innocent verdict for Maya, so, we're gonna be executed, you know, together. So, good luck. You're now the COO and CEO of Wright & Co. Oh, sorry, Write Anything. Right, sorry. No, he just asked me to cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? Oh, I really appreciate that, but
Good, then it's settled.
I'm not gonna like this, am I? Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to see it, okay. Let's go! Is it gonna be, anime cutscene? Objection! I should have known! Objection! Objection! Aww! That was what she meant?
Magical girl Chizzy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute, you're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die.
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No! Wait, stop! No!
And that is how Trucy and Gramarlyland ended in a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams. What kind of an
ending is that? My poor heart. That was a really good case. I like that case a lot. I got some new Phoenix waifus, I guess you could call them. Alright, there you go. How long have we been going? 2 hours? Alright, we'll start the next case. Definitely won't be able to beat it, but we'll start the next case at least. And we know one thing about the next case. Seems Maya is on the chopping block yet again. And double jeopardy doesn't apply in a different country.
Wakey, wakey, 201. Got some more questions.
Oh shit!
Sound the alarm!
He escaped!
Mr. 201's escaped!
Oh fuck!
No, Dad's back on the streets. Things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries.
They're not twins, but maybe. Cool. Honestly, you should kill that bald guy. Bald people deserve death. I mean, what? Who said that? Your father's bald? Oh, I was joking, of course. But have you called the police? I'm kidding. I'm goofing. Agent 47. Ah, another fine day in the Kingdom of Kuden. It's so peaceful here. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place really is starting to grow on me. Still. Sure was a rough start. Now, to do what I came here to do. Smiley face! Look, they made a little smiley. Look at that. By the way, why is Phoenix in his, like, work suit? I know we're gonna have another case to do. But why are we in our work suit when we're on holiday to visit Maya? Shouldn't we be in, like, our pink sweater or our fit from the first game? Like, or from the first Apollo game. To see Maya! Her long ascetic training is finally coming to an end. But before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Mr. Wright. Oh. Look at the doggy! Yes! I love Shadow.
Haparaki!
Oh, hey, Albie. Haparaki.
Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of the Kuden!
I don't know about that, but I guess all that practicing is paying off.
Have you gotten used to life at the temple?
Well, I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me.
Yeah, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn.
Why do I even have to prayer? I mean, I don't even believe in this stuff.
After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion's very important here in Kuden.
Hats off to you guys. I don't know how you do it. I sleep until 12 p.m. every day. Well, back at home, that is.
Today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content.
I can think of a few things I'd rather do.
So, what makes today so special anyway? You mean you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year.
Oh, that must have been what Maya was talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role in it is. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite?
What? She didn't tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira. It's only the most important role in the entire rite. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role.
Oh, that really is something.
It really is. Helping out such an amazing person. Has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life.
So, who is this Lady Kira you mentioned?
Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought valiantly.
Let me stop you right there. Women are not warriors. No, like, what the fuck are you objecting to here? Women can't be warriors. That's like, what the fuck are you saying, Phoenix? Whoa.
Is something wrong?
No, it's just, I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Okay, that's it. All right, Mr. fucking closeted sexism.
Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell.
2 hours? Phew, dodged a bullet there.
All right, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the right with this.
I fucking love Shadow. Look at him. Look at his sweet little face. An English guidebook? Where'd you dig this up from?
I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it.
Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See, there's her name on the back. I guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then.
Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite's taking place. Let's go to the Plaza of Devotion.
I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. Well, I wonder if he's got those big, you know, that Mia had. She is like 27 now. Maybe we should have a little, alone time.
It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold.
I think I can handle it. Alright, let's go. Let me read the thingy first. Let's go. Alright. Staging area, high priest, priestess, full moon, curtain. Thing ceremony ends with the rite of fire. The priestess, okay. Purification rite is a 3-part ceremony held by the moon directly over the summit of Mount Pani, which actually was mentioned last case. Begins with the transformation rite. The high priest reads scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the rite of water, in which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. So basically, the whole thing's a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath once a year. It must be nice to be her, ha ha ha. Did Maya write that? Maya must have wrote that last bit. That ain't no way that was printed in the book. What is this, doggy style practice? Where can I sign? Sorry, it was a poor attempt. God, it's so cold. It's like the air itself is made of ice. God, I'm glad I wore a suit today. I am wearing a suit, as he says, sweating bullets. But look at all these people. Well, this... Laser, it's a fictional religion. It's not real. Yeah, but I'm saying the specific one.
Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is.
If those religions can't take a joke, then maybe they should be offended. It was a goof, a gaffe, nothing more. Devoted? Right. But couldn't they just as easily do this, do all this, praying someplace warmer?
This too is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower.
Canceled for that? For a doggy-style joke? That is not grounds for canceling.
Further up at the end of those stairs is the inner sanctum.
You'll be surprised. Laser, you seriously think that's the thing that'll get me canceled? Out of everything I've said throughout my 3 years of streaming so far, you think that's the thing? Religion, just like anything else, should be made fun of. It's not sacred. And that wasn't even that bad. Take a joke to your joke. It didn't seem like you were joking. Especially since you followed it up several times. If it was a joke, I mean, you would have backed down right away. I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious.
Of course we are! After all, Kirin is also known as the land of prayer. It's said that the Kirinese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer.
Yeah, that's how long I spend on my phone. You think it's the same thing?
What? 15?
From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. You see all the square flags around here. They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people.
Oh, he's talking about the colorful strips of cloth? There's something written on each one.
Such piety is the glory of our people, and...
I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. I've got my woman to check out. I mean, to meet. I gotta go see Maya. Maya should be here any minute now.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Pardon me, oh noble traveler.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
Oh, look at Shadow.
And, who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya, Haparaki. Haparaki, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey.
Oh,
Gulp.
thanks.
Long time no see, Mr. Nick. Oh, sorry, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act?
Yeah, you can say that again. Finally, the remix goes hard. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Kirin Village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time, but that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count.
Oh, I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright and Code Law offices.
Now she's here, trained to be the leader of Kirin Village and master of her craft. Apparently to become the master of the Kirin channeling technique. You have to train here in Kirin, since this is where the technique originated.
Didn't I sound just like a fierce nun when you saw me just now? Oh god, I'm dying for a burger, Nick. You gotta promise to take me when we get back. Too bad that's about all I learned from the training I did.
You haven't changed a bit, Maya.
Huh? And what's that supposed to mean? Look at these puppies.
Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Well, she may look more mature on the outside, but inside, she's the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that.
Yeah, me too, pal. Yeah, you know. Yeah, come on, Phoenix. Come on, Nick. We know what you're really glad about. You're glad to have Mia back, huh? You know? Ah, come on.
I'm ribbing ya, I'm jibbing ya, I'm jabbing ya.
I heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story. Yeah, that's just how good Maya looks, kid. She's actually 28. Bro, they can literally freaking marry right now, and then, you know, it wouldn't even be weird.
I was the accused, but you should have seen Mr. Wright in action. He was amazing.
Thanks, Foolproof.
I bet it was another one of your famous seat-of-your-pants, come-from-behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times.
Women don't age. Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, sue me.
You haven't changed a bit either, Nick.
Definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So I guess you finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right?
Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Yep. I've completed the full 2 years. I can probably go home once I perform the purification rite today.
Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of the sacred rites.
Well, the High Priestess's wife usually conducts it each year. But with her baby on the way, it's just more than she can handle. When are you putting the baby in me, Nick?
Yeah, but what?
Just kidding, kind of, sort of. So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year.
Well, you may not know all of the customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great. God, if Maya doesn't interact with Trucy by the end of this game, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. I will become an accused.
You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm gonna be the best Lady Kira guardian deity ever.
I'd better throw in a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. So, about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today. What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't actually a deity in the way we think of them back home. She's a real person who fought to establish the kingdom of Kirin a long, long time ago.
Alright, so that's how Maya's gonna get framed, is the costume. Wow, so she actually existed. Unlike all those other deities who are just a bunch of bullshit lies made up for money.
And now the kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies. Sorry, Mr. Nick, I'm gonna sneeze. It's really cold up here. Hey, phew!
Ah, Maya, on the suit? Come on, you know I hate when you sneeze on my suit.
I just had this dry cleaned.
Well, I mean, 2 weeks ago when I arrived, it was perfectly clean. Holy shit, this music actually kind of goes hard. Thank you, Blusher. I love how, you know, whenever somebody sneezes, you say, bless you, right? But the other one is Gesundheit. Where does the Gesundheit come from? Like, bless you, like, oh yeah, you know, spiritual, whatever the fuck. But like, Gesundheit? It's like some German shit, I don't know. For that, that's what the fucking Romans be sneezing to. There's gotta be a word from a different language or something. Maybe Greek? I don't know. Gesundheit. You know what? It's been a little while. Let's ask Google. Oh, it is German? Hey, I guessed it right. I'm gonna ask Google anyway, just because I want to. Hey, Google. Where does the word Gesundheit come from?
The word Gesundheit appears to be a humorous or playful alteration of the word Gesundheit. Gesundheit is a German word that literally translates to health. It is commonly used as a response to someone who has just sneezed, similar to the English phrase bless you. The addition of ITE to Gesund to create Gesundheit may be intended to sound like a mineral.
Well, no, I didn't say well, I guess I did. But like, that's just how you say it. It's like a sped up version. I don't care what the real word is like spelled like. You just, you know, you say it through osmosis, you know, that's what you say. Like, Like, come on, Google. Chill out, Brett.
Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies.
That sounds like something you'd be into.
I know, right? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-ass warrior who takes on an evil with wicked dagger?
It is very convenient, yeah. That's like a good use of AI, like an assistant tool. Because what are you going to do regularly? You just go and type it. Now you can just speak it to your little robot companion. It's like, this is this. You know, it's not taking a job from anybody. It became common after people fled from Germany during, well, you know.
The German Fanta shortage? That was pretty hard on everybody.
Nah, Fanta kind of sucks, not gonna lie. I fucking hate Fanta. I am a Fanta hater. At least Fanta Classic. I hate the orange Fanta. I think orange soda is probably like the worst flavor of soda. I guess unflavored's pretty bad, but do you even count that? Do you know the Fanta lore? Yeah, that's why I said Fanta. I do know the Fanta lore. It relates to the, well, you know. I do know the Fanta lore. Well, you know, rough bits of it. I don't know, like, perfectly, but, you know, I know generally what happened. Oh, yeah, no, she is definitely, you know, a few cup sizes down. It's weird that you're the one pointing it out, but, yeah, you're right. But still. Wood. A few? Laser, there's not like a million cup sizes. There's not like 100,000 cup sizes. Like a few probably, you know. How big do you think titties get, dude? Like, you know, the scale doesn't go that high. Justice for small-chested gals, excuse me. Blushroom, way to self-report. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't know anything. I agree, though. And Maya's not even that flat-chested, either. Well, yeah. That's like Phoenix presenting evidence that actually hurts his case in the long run. Laser's literally seen a selfie of you. Well, you get a test of that. Okay.
Who wouldn't want to be a kick-ass warrior who takes on evil with wicked dagger?
Right. Whatever floats your boat.
Oh yeah, Nick, and I bet you're still watching Steel Samurai,
Still, Lady Kira must be really popular deity if all these people are here for her. Diet soda sucks? Jarvis, remove his moderator. I don't know, Laser, because you're friends? Because you hang out a lot now? Because she trusts you? You're a trustworthy friend? Maybe that's why? Okay, back to what Foolproof said. I disagree wholeheartedly, and I will put my life on the line for zero sugar soda. I cannot stand sugar-filled soda anymore. I am a proprietor of Pepsi Max and Coke Zero all the way. Well, Coke Zero Sugar, there's a new formula, which is really good. Sugar soda sucks balls now. It just sucks. It's worse for you. It makes you gain a lot of weight. I'm not saying that diet soda doesn't do that either. But, you know, Laser, do you know why Mexican Coke is good? It's because it uses real sugar, like our sodas as well. I think you guys only attach to that because your soda's so shit. Like, our soda is, like, practically the same because we use actual ingredients and not, like, gel. Not like Aperture Science glue. I didn't mean to hit send. Number sign. Guys, am I cooked that I didn't know the hashtag was a number sign for, like, maybe until I was, like, 16? Like, I never got taught that that meant number. Like, that was never ever said to me by a teacher. I never read that anywhere. I only knew it because that's what you use for a hashtag on a website. Y'all don't love high fructose corn syrup?
Only if it's injected directly in my veins.
Listen, it's not like it's not like it's any fault of my own. I just wasn't taught that. I only knew it of hashtags. I only really learned it through osmosis. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But that should have been taught. I can inject it directly into your ass. Take it or leave it. Can you inject it directly into my balls? Well, all my diet soda's gone. Diet soda. Sugar-free. I think diet soda is technically different. I think diet soda is less sugar, and then sugar-free ones are, I think, kind of the same category. It's like healthier fizzy drinks. I've probably talked about that before, how we call soda here fizzy drinks. That's like our version of pop. No, the only energy drink I have left in my fridge is a sugar one, so that doesn't really go along with my argument. It's not like I still will drink it if it's all I have, especially if it's an energy drink for the caffeine, but I definitely prefer no sugar ones, because, to be honest, it kind of is like that Impossible Meat situation. Like, when meat gets to the point where, like, it can be grown in a lab and taste exactly the same with you're missing nothing, why not stop slaughtering animals? Like, if we can produce the same thing without death, then I don't see what's stopping us. That's the same thing with, like, sugar-free sodas. It's like, okay, we can remove the sugar and make them better for you since people really love this thing. If you can do that, why not? But murder is fun. That I'm not disagreeing with. I mean, we are playing Ace Attorney through the entire series where the predominant thing is murder. You'd rather have a heart attack than drink diet? Well, foolproof, I'm going to chalk this up to you being young, and you have not understood the ways of the diet soda yet. Because, let me tell you, once you turn over to diet soda, it tastes gross at start. It's kind of like coffee. It tastes gross when you first try it, but if you have more than, like, 3, you're cooked, and that's all you'll drink. It doesn't taste that different. Exactly, that's how they get you. Once you start drinking them, you will never be able to go back properly. Like, I'd never buy regular soda anymore. If I'm getting a case of Pepsi or Coke, it's sugar-free. If we had Dr. Pepper here, sugar-free. Like, ain't no way I'm getting that sugar shit. Like, I love me some sugar. I love baked goods. You know, lessening sugar in other parts of my life is definitely a better idea than just, you know, not caring about it. Like, I definitely like to just live my life how I want, and eat what I want, but you can't deny, you know, diabetes ain't that great of a thing. Stockholm Syndrome. Precisely. And, you know, if this rant somehow gets me a sponsored deal with somebody who wants to provide a no-sugar energy drink, well, that would just be the cherry on top, wouldn't it? No, I mean, Isn't it fucking crazy how I have actually been approached by one company, and it was a meme energy drink? I said, I didn't reply, but that was insane to me. I don't think it was a real offer, but they were selling like a meme energy drink. I was like, this is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. I am not supporting this. I didn't even dignify it with a response. It wasn't like a full proposition either. It was like, hey, say the word and we'll send you something, or something along those lines. I don't recall. But that's the only time it's happened. Anyways, sorry about the soda sidetrack. Still, Lady Kira must be a really popular deity of all the people. If all these people are here for her.
Yep, but there's more to it than just her popularity this year.
There's more? So, why is this ride attracting such a large crowd this year?
Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Allow me to explain. A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared just like in the legends, and she began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left.
You're kidding, right?
They say it's only a matter of time till she gets the leader, the revolutionary Dirk, too.
So Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disturb the peace, I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life.
I didn't believe it at first either. But there's a real picture here on the of her on the front of today's newspaper. Sightings of her go back about 2 years. So this is the first actual picture anybody's ever taken.
I can't believe someone was actually able to capture her on film. But couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like Maya?
Oh, you mean like a cosplayer? Those rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. And the next Comic-Con's not for another half year. You think some regular cosplayer can take on people dressed like that, dressed in a costume alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. Oh, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Maya, you're not getting a little too caught up in this. Are you?
I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed the sacred robe or something.
A spirit possessing a piece of clothing? Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're just jealous that I'm still young at heart. I've got a real office to run now. I'm gonna keep it real.
Right. I don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me.
You've really lost your edge since I last saw you. Even your hair's drooping. Those spikes on of yours have really grown really dull. There's even one that's...
Bro, that's literally what I just said. I'm a genius. Can you leave my hair out of this?
Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira's people have only... the Lady Kira people have been spotting is the real deal. So while you've been drooping, I've been perking up. Besides, it's much more fun to believe it's true, you know?
I can't believe you really buy all that. Although, I wonder who's under that robe. No, Maya, me and Edrith are still going strong.
But Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I'm calling it the Kira bun.
Very creative. Talk about a Kira business strategy. Come on, Maya, just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already.
I guess the jig's up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I have returned in this lovely young lady's body, who's desperately in need of a boyfriend who may or may not be standing right in front of her, that she's known for years and that has a true bond with, and that hasn't seen her in many years for no reason. Why haven't you visited me, Nick? What? That was a really long sentence. Only a minion of the divine dragons could see through my disguise. Now I feel my wrath, foul lawyer. Ha-ya!
Ow!
Mr. Wright. Just kidding. I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the right today, but there's no way I could ever beat one of those rebels up.
I don't know. That was pretty solid. That was a pretty solid left hook she just threw. Jeez.
Oh, you're just trying to be funny. Oh, you really had me going there for a second.
I'm gonna be that naive, right?
Phoenix, he's 9 years old.
Well, I hope you enjoy playing superhero at the right today.
Oh, when you put it that way, I'm even more hyped about it now than I was already.
Jangle, jangle.
Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priestess's footsteps. Oh, I better get going.
His footsteps? She said high priest. Oh, no, high priest. Sorry. High priestess. High priest. My mistake. His footsteps?
During the rite, he wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? Well, see you later.
Gosh, I haven't seen her in over 10 years and no hug? Really? I doubt they're actually meant to stop slacking. I doubt they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you, Maya.
Miss Maya's always so bright and cheerful.
Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. True itself. As in it all, I wonder if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not. Phoenix, have you thought that maybe she's just that way around you because, you know, you guys love each other and you're best friends and she could be herself around you and she doesn't have to be all proper and formal?
Ah, it's Acolytes a lot.
Acolytes a lot? Acolytes a lot? Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe.
He's a disciple of the High Priest Abbot in me.
Abbot in me? Abbot in me. I bought in me. Abotomy. Like lobotomy? Oh shit. Is Abotomy gonna get his head removed?
Lives and trains at his house. See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle?
Yeah, I could never do that. I'm still shaking. But it's kind of from that punch that Maya gave me.
Ah, it's Abotomy. The purification rite's about to begin.
So that's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during this rite. It looks almost exactly like that figure in the newspaper photo. The figure that the newspaper photo was wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it.
Please, sir, it's not a good idea to steer like that. You could be struck blind.
Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, those bells on the priest's ankles. A lot bigger than I thought they'd be. You think he's the killer and people hear a jangle before they get killed? Kind of like that case from Investigations 2.
Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else.
Well, Edgeworth has really had me use this pose a lot, so I'm a natural.
What are you even... Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother.
Alright. Let's see, first I kneel down, press my ankles, then I bow forward. Yep, just like Edward. Yeah, ow! Ah, great, now all I can see is the ground. My back is killing me.
You really should have trained for this, sir.
Wait a sec, how long are we supposed to stay like this?
Right requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow.
What? I didn't agree to that! That's 2 whole days! Ugh. I don't feel so... Oh!
Mr. Wright, are you okay, sir?
Somebody help! Oh, my back. I'm 35 now. I can't be doing this.
Sir, Mr. Wright, please, you have to get up.
Yeah. My aching.
Huh? Albie?
Where are we?
The High Priest's house, at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion.
I guess I passed out from that back pain. Must have carried me all the way back here.
Something terrible's happened. It's Miss Maya. She's just followed me back to the Plaza of Devotion.
Oh, great. Can a guy just collapse out of pain and not wake up to a horrifying sight? Something must have happened while I was passed out.
Miss Myers, she's been arrested.
What? Again?
God, it's been like, what? 12 years? And she's still getting arrested?
Oh my god. I've only been arrested once, but Maya probably at least, I don't know, I couldn't even count. I like that she's got a steel samurai handbag, I saw that. Well, everybody, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Sorry it's a bit shorter. I did spend most of the day playing Metaphor, unfortunately. But, you know, a 3-hour stream's nothing to scoff at. And I think we had quite a lot in there as well. So yeah, we will be back tomorrow with more Ace Attorney and maybe something else. But yeah, no worries. The break from work is going strong. We'll be live hopefully every day this coming week and the week after, and then, you know, back to the usual schedule. But yeah, so thank you everybody for coming today, and yeah, if we are live again today, you're more than welcome to show up. It'll be another Marvel Rivals stream if we are. However, I think I'm gonna go bake something. I've been feeling like cookies for the last couple of days, and I'm gonna go bake some, I think. If we have enough ingredients, that is. So, that's not the reason I'm ending. I'm ending because I guess it kind of is. I need time. And I don't really want to go that late. But we'll be back tomorrow, so come back tomorrow. We'll be back for some more Ace Attorney. So thank you, Blushroom, Laser, Big Boss, Foolproof, everybody who appeared today. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.